available.
I think it's going to be a boring fight.
Why?
I just think Skull's just going to run.
Because he can box a bit.
You can outbox Canelo.
Well, we've seen Bivol do it.
I just think Canelo takes care of him.
His only losses to Mayweather and Bivol.
Canelo is that good?
Scull, to be fair, is a good boxer. I just don't think he's got enough pop to keep him off.
He'll knock him out in round 8.
Round 8, KO 2, Canelo.
Obviously.
I'm going to go round 7, KO. Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we're going to look at the upcoming fight between Scull Canelo Alvarez and William Scull. Undisputed super middleweight fight taking place on May the 3rd, 2025 at the venue in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's a Riyadh season fight for Canelo. It's a super middleweight undisputed because Scull has one of the belts and Canelo has all of the rest. And let's start with a tail of the tape. So Canelo's record is 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws. So 66 fights in total. He's had 39 wins by KO. He's age 34. He's 5'7.5", 171 centimeters. Has a 70.5-inch reach, 179 centimeters. It fights at super middleweight, so it's 168 pounds, 76.2 kilos, and he fights out of an orthodox stance. William Scull has a record of 23 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, so 23 fights in total, 9 wins by KO. He's age 32, he's 6 foot tall, 182 centimeters. We don't have his reach, and his weight is, and he fights out of an orthodox stance as well. So, Simon, undisputed fight in super middleweight. What are your thoughts? Do you think Scull has any chance of pulling off a,
They were meant to
would I say, a shock win?
They were ordered to fight a while ago, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, I think Skull's been the mandatory for a bit.
Yeah, and Canelo just went, oh my God,
Yeah.
what's the point? You can have the belt, basically. And then he thought, was it Shishkin?
Skull's fought Shishkin, yeah. And I think that was I think
So
they were
when
like the main contenders, weren't they? So yeah, Skull's got the IBF belt. And the IBF are usually the ones who are finicky on these things.
From what I guess, it's been put together because there's an undisputed, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Which is what Mr. Turkey wants, undisputed all the time, doesn't he? And that's why this is why this fight's happening.
Yeah.
And then, but
Well, I think, like you said, he's been mandatory as well for a while, so it's the thing, and he is quite tricky. Cuban school of boxing.
yeah, but he's not mandatory now.
Yeah, I don't think he's mandatory, but he's been mandatory. Isn't he? Well, he's sort of the undisputed now. He's not mandatory, but it's it's an obvious fight to make. Like you said, His Excellency likes these things, and they've been trying to get Canelo for a while. So I think it's having suitable fights for him to, put on the Riyadh cards to headline. Because there's quite a good card on this as well, which we'll go into. Well, in other videos we'll be making about the rest of the card.
I mean, Skull's going to cause Canelo a few issues for a few rounds until he gets...
Till Canelo gets into his groove.
Yeah, it's just...
Well, he's going to cause him a bit of issue because he's, 6 foot, but it's 5'11.5", 182, isn't it? But yeah, he's got a height advantage. I suspect he's got a reach advantage, although it's not actually on Box Record, Box Live, or anywhere. What his reach is, which is a bit strange for a world champion to not have a reach available.
I think it's going to be a boring fight.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
I just think Skull's just going to run.
Just box from what's his name, Charlo, as it's known. I hope
Just
not.
run.
What am I gonna do?
I think he'll get clipped pretty early, and then he'll just get back on the back foot, and it'll just be Canelo chasing him around the ring, cutting it off.
Yeah, well, we know what Canelo's going to do, isn't it? It's going to step forward and do. Do you think he's got any... Well, should we work on what's William Scull's chances of winning? So have we given him the...
2%.
What does he need to do? Well, what does he need to do, I mean?
You can, if you could...
Because he can box a bit.
Yeah, you can. You can outbox Canelo.
Well, we've seen Bivol do it. and Mayweather, wherever you think of that fight, have done.
You can outbox Canelo, and I think that is a tactic, but you've got to be...
But then there's some who've tried and failed.
Yeah, but most of them who've tried and failed have been running most of the time.
Yeah. I think you have to have enough power to make him respect it a little bit.
He hasn't got power.
Yeah. So, because whatever Bivol is, he's got, well, obviously he had the skill, but he had enough pop, and he was a bigger guy to keep up, Canelo honest, shall we say. So he would do it. And Mayweather just had the skill. And I think that was when, Canelo was obviously a fair bit younger than he is now. Inexperienced.
I just don't see Scull cause... I think Skull's going to cause him problems for elusiveness. He's just going to be on the back foot. Which you can't fight Canelo on the front foot, really, unless you're like Bivol.
Triple G. Unless you're Triple G.
And meet in the middle and go toe-to-toe and
his power allowed to.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying that he's got to box anyway, but not run. Box. I mean, you can do a little bit, but if he just runs, it's just going to be inevitable at some point. He's going to lose anyway then, because they'll just give it to Canelo on the points. I actually think he'll give him a little bit of trouble at the beginning, but I think by about 2 or 3 rounds, Canelo will work him out, and then he'll just grind him down and set his traps. And whenever he catches him, maybe once, maybe twice, he'll knock him out.
The thing with Canelo is he's got a fantastic boxing brain, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He really, really has.
Which I don't think a lot of people give him as much credit for.
And I don't think Canelo's going to be...
high.
I don't think Canelo's going to be right up for this fight.
Well, that's why I think he's going to get... I think he'll be up, but
Canelo's not a proper professional. He is. He doesn't cut corners. But...
No, I think he'll start a little bit slower, like you said. Not that he's not up for it, but I think he'll start a little bit slower. I think Scull will probably get a bit of... take advantage of his reach, height, etc., get a little bit of boxing going. But then I think 2 or 3 rounds, Canelo will start grinding the other way. Maybe even on purpose to get Scull to fight, rather than... Because if he goes, full on, you can see Scull running around, and then it's like the Charlo fight where it's just boring, where the guy's just basically trying to stay for 12 rounds, which nobody wants to see that. If this is a new... I think Canelo will want to get the knockout and make a little bit of statement, because it's probably in the latter part of fights, isn't it, for him? Yeah, and he's making his, sort of Riyadh season debut. So I think he'll give him a little bit, maybe even just to get him to come out of his shell, and then just grind him down, and then just do what Canelo does, walk him down, get him done, and then take him out.
I mean, he's Cuban. They are good boxers.
Scull, to be fair, is a good boxer. I just don't think he's got enough pop to keep him off.
It's not even a pop.
And I don't think he's got... Well, we don't know Chin yet, because he hasn't been touched or down. He hasn't lost yet, but I just think that's...
Yeah, but he hasn't fought anyone of massive substance, has he?
Yeah, well, I was looking at resumes, and you go through Canelo's, and it's ridiculous. And you go through Skulls, and then there's Shishkin. And then, there's reasonable, but there's nobody where he sticks out, and you go, yeah. That's a great victory. It's only really Shishkin, and that was quite close.
I think this is basically just get Canelo undisputed.
Payday for Scull.
I mean, he'd be getting
Canelo doesn't need the money. Payday for Scull.
Oh, Canelo be getting... No one's talked about how much Canelo's getting for fighting in Riyadh season. It's going to be mega.
Yeah.
And then he'll do this, and then he'll fight Crawford.
Well, I think that's all this is for. It's basically to get the undisputed back, and then give Canelo and him, Crawford and him the chance to fight. So it makes that fight huge, because Crawford can then be 3-weight undisputed champion, and Canelo can be, it's a huge payday, because...
Look, Canelo, I don't think Canelo's got his legacy now. He will go down.
He's a Hall of Famer.
As one of the best boxers.
And the best Mexicans.
He's in it for the money now. Make as much money.
Well, he said funny enough, I've seen a thing of his, and he says he's probably going to retire by 37, 38. He goes, it's not. He goes, yeah, it is about the money, but he goes, it's not really. He goes, obviously, when you're offered the money, you want to get it, but he goes, it's not actually about the money. He goes, I just want to have the fights I want to have, and then go out there. He goes, it's more just.
He wouldn't have liked having this fight.
Because I still enjoy boxing and still enjoy the.
I don't think he'd have liked having this fight. Weirdly.
Go on, why? Because I would have thought, yeah, it's fairly straightforward payday.
Yeah, I don't think he likes straightforward though.
Well, I don't think it's that straightforward because, like, you are fighting somebody who's got some boxing skill. Problem is, we don't know how good he is until he goes up against somebody like this. So he might surprise us.
He's not going to surprise us.
I'm just trying to get, like, you know,
no, he's not going to. Come on, let's be realistic.
Let me build up.
Be realistic.
Yeah, realistically, I think Canelo wins because I think it's spoiled.
Do you know what this fight's going to be like?
I'm just hoping it's good.
No, this fight's going to be like the Billy Joe Saunders fight.
Okay.
He's going to have a little bit of success and
yeah.
No, night.
But Canelo's done that a lot. Amir Khan did the same thing. Amir Khan was winning, outboxing him.
Was he though?
Well, he was doing quite well, and then there's the boom. That's it.
That's what Canelo does.
But actually, when you watch it, it's if you watch it the first time, you think he's doing well. Then you watch the second time and analyze it, and you realize Canelo was just setting traps.
Yeah, and
game like you're drawing them out.
None of the judges had Amir Khan up.
Yeah. But you know, us biased Brits had him up.
I just think Canelo takes care of him.
I think it'll be like, I agree with kind of Billy Joe Saunders one. I think Scull will get some success. I think that'll be while Canelo works him out and also sets traps. Because he won't want like a Charlo fight where the guy's just there for survival because it does nobody any favours. It's frustrating for him and it doesn't know anything for building up the fights. So I think he may let him come out of his shell a bit, get a bit of success, work him out, set some traps, and then boom, it's all over. Good night.
Yeah. Go with that.
So basically, we're not giving Scull that much chance. So Scull fans, please let us know in the comments what you think.
It's not that we
underrating him, or is Canelo just that good?
Is that good?
Yeah.
Canelo is that good?
I don't see. Well, the thing is this: other than Benavidez, I don't think there was really a fight at 168 that I can see Canelo getting beat.
No, and let's not forget, Canelo's a small 168.
Well, he was a middleweight, weren't he, before? And then he stepped
He's a light middleweight.
And he's actually about the size of...
he's
about the size... He's done 4 weights, and he world champion.
He was welterweight, I think.
Should we check?
Welter, light middleweight, super middleweight, and then tried his luck at light heavyweight.
Actually started at super lightweight.
Which is...
140.
Light welterweight.
And then went up to...
147.
And then 147 is his main bit.
Yeah, and that's where he was fighting the likes of Cotto and all them, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then he jumped up
like
to like middleweight, although he's quite a light, like middleweight. And then basically jumped up to fight Chavez, then went back down for Triple G to 160. And then jumped up again for Rocky Fielding, back down, and then he's gone jumped to 175 for Kovalev, and then basically stuck at 168 in it, and had his Callum Smith, Yildirim, Billy Joe Sanders, Caleb Plant.
Just took
went to 175 Bivol, went back 168 Golovkin, Ryder, Jamel Charlo, Jaime Munguia, Edgar Berlanga. Yeah, it's not bad resume, is it? I think he's had. Let me just check. 22 or I don't know if this is 22nd or 23rd title fight. I think this is his 23rd. How many title fights can
I think you're way off there, you know. I'd say he's had more than 22 title fights. I forget he's had how many fights has he had? 60 odd.
Yeah.
Over half of them have been title fights.
Maybe more. I've seen the number. It might be 32. Somehow we'll find it and have a look. We'll put it in there. We'll put it on the text. How many he's actually had? I had it and I've lost it now. We can count them from thingy. He's had a lot anyway. And I think he's the guy, he currently holds the record for the undisputed defences at 3, which with an upcoming fight, in a way, he's got the chance to take it off him with 4, defending it 4 times. So I think, well, he's got the most undisputed defences, I think, in the 4-belt era, which is 3 times he's defended it. Before the belt was taken away. It would be his as well if the belt wasn't taken away.
He's had 18 victories in world title fights.
Yeah.
And 2 losses.
So 20 world title fights.
And I think they're just the main 3, 4, big titles. 5. He's won 17 world titles in 4 divisions. So, yeah. I think Canelo's...
I suspect it's slightly higher than that, but yeah anyway, because he's had... Yeah, because obviously there's the fight at the beginning where he wasn't, and there's a fair bit, but he's got a record up. But
I think you'll find he'll have been involved in about 50-odd title fights.
I mean, world title fights, like top level. He's done up to level. So his first world title fight was Matthew Hatton. Yeah, world super welterweight. It's in 2011, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9.
What
10,
are you counting?
The number of world title fights: 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 I make, but some of them might not be with a title because they seem to be at some weird weights. Yeah, so he's had in excess of 20, or at least 20, and he's won. His only losses to Mayweather and Bivol. Mayweather when he was relatively young, and Mayweather basically the top of his, powers, and Bivol, well, not at the top of his powers, but he was the end, when he was making his legacy, padding his record, whatever it was. But it was, he got schooled. And Bivol basically, is heavier and is supreme boxer, so not bad record. So at his own weight, he's basically, when he's been up here, middleweight and super middleweight, he's basically unbeaten. Although I would contest the first one against Golovkin, it should have been to Golovkin. And the second one should have been a draw. And then the third one should have been Canelo.
It doesn't matter what you
think. But Golovkin is also awesome and great, so I don't think there's any harm in that. I don't think it's just me. I think a lot of people think that as well. So we should put that in. But yeah, Triple G is great. And he's been fighting his battle. He's got boxing back. He's kept boxing in the Olympics. So shout out to Triple G. I think that's... But should we go to the odds and see what people think? Will they agree with us on this? Let me just bring it up. I'd be surprised if they don't. Let's see what our odds are. Yeah. Canelo is 1-20 favourite.
Yeah.
So minus 2,000. And Scull is 8-1. So plus 800. And surprising, not really surprising. The Box Live one is 100% Canelo to win. Okay, this is a bit more. 56% by KO and 44 by decision.
That's because he thinks Scull will run around.
Okay. So basically agrees with what we're saying. Okay. Yeah. Predictions then? Come on. Let's do that.
He'll knock him out in round 8.
So round 8, KO 2, Canelo.
Obviously.
just checking. 8 KO, Canelo. Should I give you... I think he might want to go make a statement, so I'm going to go round 7, KO. Just have all the rounds up to round 8. Strategic prediction.
Yeah, but like I say, don't be surprised. This is boring.
Yeah, well, we're hoping it's not, so we'll be positive and go that it's going to be a fight. I think he might be smart to let him come out his shell, and then once you're going, it's hard to go back, and I think then he'll just overpower. But yeah, we don't want a Jamal Charlo or whatever it was, Jamal Charlo, whichever Charlo. That was just bored. It's just frustrating from everybody's point of view. So yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. Have we underplayed Scull? Have we bigged up Canelo too much, or is he really worthy of that praise? And if you think anybody's got a chance, or if you think our predictions are wrong, let us know. Future fights, I think we already know for Canelo, isn't it?
The mismatch against Crawford.
Yeah. We'll do that another time. So yeah, watch out for this one. We're going to do the undercut, so watch out for that video as well. And we shall see you in the next episode. Thank you very much.